When Pocket Pair introduced Foxparks Cryst as part of the Faebreak update, I thought I might die from pure cuteness. I mean, look at it! As if regular fire-type Foxparks wasn't adorable enough without the addition of its ice element type subspecies. I've chosen to give PAL variants their own videos since, apart from their design and temperament, they have few shared traits. Where Foxparks has a work suitability in kindling, Foxparks Cryst has level 1 cooling, giving it a completely different base function. Where Foxparks has the Huggy fire partner skill, Foxparks Cryst has Huggy frost, alongside completely different active skills. There are a lot of differences, so having its own video makes sense. This snow fox has a name that is likely derived from a combination of the Japanese words yuki, meaning snow, and kitsune, meaning fox, giving us the Yukitsune Foxparks Cryst. It can be found in the large area with the purple terrain on Faebreak Island called Frozen Coral Hill, and is seen to have the same skittish yet proud nature as its counterpart, fleeing when it spots the player but turning to face them if attacked. Foxparks Cryst can be found as a level 52 field alpha boss on Faebreak, located on the deserted Ash Plateau, southwest of the Scorched Hill fast travel statue. Foxparks Cryst will drop ice organs and leather upon defeat or capture, but its alpha version will also drop ancient civilization parts, flame organ and precious pelt with 100% certainty, with a 5% chance of also dropping a ring of flame resistance, which provides level 1 fire damage reduction for the wearer. In terms of appearance, Foxparks Cryst is the same design as Foxparks, but has a completely different colour palette to complement its ice element type. Its body is an aqua blue colour with a pale blue underbelly, and its paws and tail, which has a dark blue zigzag tip, emit a cloudy light blue coloured fire. Its large ears are an aqua blue with a dark blue tip and soft pale blue interiors. Its eyes are wide and an orange-red colour, and the 3 aqua blue tufts of fur on its cheeks make it extra adorable. The Palpedia continues the joke of Foxparks' entry of being unable to control its own element by stating that Foxparks Cryst is unskilled at controlling cold air and tends to choke on its own frosty breath. The Palpedia continues by saying that when Foxparks Cryst catches a cold, its nasal discharge freezes, making it difficult to breathe and causing it to panic. Oh, thanks Pocket Pair, now I'm going to be constantly worried about every Foxparks Cryst I see. Poor little thing. But I guess we shouldn't be too worried about it since it has some very decent active skills which we will get to later. And its ice type means that it's strong against dragon types, receiving only 0.5% damage. Ice types are actually a dragon type pal's only weakness. Foxparks Cryst's weakness is fire, and they will receive 1.5 times damage when pitted against a fire pal or being hit with fire moves. Foxparks Cryst has very similar level 1 stats as Foxparks, with generally 545 HP, 107 in attack and 56 in defence. The only difference is that Foxparks Cryst has a higher work speed of between 70 and 84 than Foxparks, who has a work speed of just 63. My strongest Foxparks Cryst is currently level 61 with max condensing and maximum PAL souls offered at the Statue of Power. It has 8105 HP, 1124 in attack, 1004 defence and a work speed of 156. This is with pretty poor IVs known as potential in Palworld, and Mineforeman and Philanthropist passives. I could make this pal even stronger by maxing out its level to 65 and increasing its trust level to 10, which is currently only at level 5. Starting out with a Foxparks Cryst with higher IVs in the first place would also result in a stronger pal. In terms of work suitabilities, Foxparks Cryst has level 1 in cooling, making it an ideal pal to assign to structures at your base that require a steady cold temperature. Examples of this include the cold storage, the fridge and the cold food box. Admittedly, there are better cooling pals available much earlier in the game, such as Chillette and Pengullet. Sadly, Foxparks Cryst doesn't have much to offer in terms of base working, and by the time you can get one you will likely already have much better cooling pals already assigned to specific tasks. So I would definitely not try to create a Foxparks Cryst base worker build. This pal is much better as a combat ally. Foxparks Cryst's partner skill Huggy Frost functions the same way as Foxparks' Huggy Fire, But instead of turning into a flamethrower, it equips to the player and attacks using frigid air. Like Huggy Fire, Huggy Frost comes with a damage multiplier every time a star rank is gained from levelling up at the Pal Essence Condenser by sacrificing pals of the same species. The damage multiplier has 2 times damage being the maximum damage output. To use this partner skill, players must first unlock and craft Foxparks Cryst's harness, which is a level 24 technology and requires only 10 ice organs, 10 leather and 20 Paldean fragments to craft. When it comes to Foxparks Cryst's movesets, a level 1 Foxparks Cryst comes with the active skill Ice Missile, which creates ice lances that fly towards enemies. It has a power of 30 and a 3-second cooldown. This is followed by Hydrojet, which is the only active skill that deviates from ice moves. Hydrojet is a water type move learned at level 7 that has a 2-second cooldown and a power of 30. At level 15, Foxparks Cryst learns Icicle Cutter that has a power of 55, a 10-second cooldown, and sees this pal create a crescent blade of ice to be hurled at the target. Upon reaching level 22, the active skill Iceberg is gained, which summons a sharp ice lance under an enemy. This move has a power of 70 and a 15-second cooldown. Its next move, Crystal Breath, is gained at level 30 and has a cooldown of 22 seconds and a power of 90. This move enables Foxparks Cryst to enshroud an enemy in a frigid blast of air, dealing continuous damage. Its penultimate active skill comes in the form of Icicle Bullet, a powerful move with a cooldown of 35 seconds and a base power of 110. This move generates multiple sharp ice blocks in the sky to be fired at an enemy. The final active skill that can be learnt comes at level 50. Blizzard Spike is Foxparks Cryst's most powerful move, creating a giant lump of ice to be hurled at an enemy and damages those in the surrounding area. Blizzard Spike has a power of 130 and a cooldown of 45 seconds. So despite the fact that Foxparks Cryst's active skills are not varied in terms of type, there are a lot of great ice type moves on offer here. If you want a plucky ice type combat pal that is also extremely cute, then Foxparks Cryst is a keeper. I'm going to talk about breeding before I go into detail about passive skills for Foxparks Cryst, and the reason being that the best passives for this pal can only be inherited through selective breeding. Foxparks Cryst does not have a very large role to play in breeding, and there are only 2 parent combinations that can result in a Foxparks Cryst, one of which is by breeding 2 Foxparks Crysts. The other parent combination is by pairing a Foxparks with a Foxicle in the breeding farm, which is actually a faster means of gaining a Foxparks Cryst, since Foxicle can be found in the game long before you can traverse Faebreak. Foxicle can be found on the Frostbound Mountains, which is the snowy area north of the Verdant Brook, and is the same area where the Free Pal Alliance Tower is located. If you did want to use Foxparks Cryst as a parent for breeding, then there are a few combinations that would be worthwhile, particularly if you bred your own Foxparks Cryst earlier in the game, using the Foxparks and Foxicle combo. If you have already gained an Orcirc from the number 3 Wildlife Sanctuary, then breeding this with Foxparks Cryst will result in a child Splatterina, which is a top tier level 4 handiwork pal. Since you can also only encounter Splatterina on Faebreak, it's great to have it early through this chain breeding process. To be honest, the other combinations are not that impressive. Foxparks Cryst has to breed with quite late game pals in order to gain some common pals. Breeding Foxparks Cryst with a Flambell will get you a child Pengullet. A Menacing Terror combo will produce Petalia. Neptilius will gain you a child Catras. Foxparks Cryst and Celestia will create a Dire Howl. It's not that impressive really. For a Foxparks Cryst combat build, I would focus on passives that complement Foxparks' strengths and mitigate its weaknesses. So passives that increase ice damage output, reduce incoming fire damage, reduce active skill cooldowns, and general attack and defense boosting passives. Passive skills that boost ice attacks are a must for Foxparks Cryst to get the most out of this pal as an ice specialist combat ally. The passive skill Cold Blooded bolsters ice attacks by 10% and is the only non-exclusive, normal tier level passive that focuses on increasing ice attack damage. Ice Emperor, Lunker, and Siren of the Void are the only other passives that increase ice attacks. All of these passives will need to be inherited through a selective breeding process. Here's why. Ice Emperor is a passive skill exclusive to the legendary Ice-type Palfrostallion, which boosts ice attack damage by 20%. Arguably, the easiest way to get Foxparks Cryst to inherit this passive would be to breed Frostallion with either a Gelroy, Foxparks, Sparkit or Hangyu, until you get a child Foxicle to inherit the Ice Emperor passive. Then you can breed Foxparks with a Foxicle until they pop out an egg containing a Foxparks Cryst with the Ice Emperor passive skill. Siren of the Void increases ice and dark attack damage by 30%, and is a passive skill exclusive to Bellanoir Libero, which is a challenging endgame summonable raid boss. Furthermore, the only way to get this passive skill down to Foxparks Cryst is by breeding Bellanoir Libero with Xenolord to get a child Cryolynx with inherited Siren of the Void passive. Xenolord is another challenging endgame summonable raid boss. But once you have a Cryolynx with the Siren of the Void passive, you can then breed it with either a Gelroy, Jelliet, Foxparks or Sparkit to get a child Foxicle with the inherited passive, to then breed with Foxparks, and voila! You've got yourself a Foxparks Cryst with the Siren of the Void passive skill. I say voila like it's easy, but this is a very long and complicated process, not for the faint-hearted. If you felt inclined to go all out with boosting ice damage output, then the only other passive that will do this is Lunker. Lunker is a passive most commonly found in glowing pals through fishing in master fishing spots. Lunker increases ice attack damage by 20%, as well as water attack damage and defense, so this is actually a great passive for Foxparks Cryst. If you wanted a more well-rounded build, then you could consider passives like Suntan Lover and Dragon Killer. These lower tier level passives reduce incoming damage from specific PAL types. Dragon Killer reduces incoming dragon damage by 10%, which is the type that Foxparks Cryst is best pitted against for a type advantage, and Suntan Lover decreases incoming fire damage by 10%, providing some extra protection against the PAL type it is most vulnerable against. For a reduction to active skill cooldowns, the passive skills Impatient reduces cooldown times by 15%, and Serenity reduces cooldowns by 30% whilst increasing attack by 10%. The Serenity implant can be purchased in exchange for battle tickets from the merchant outside the arena, and this implant will then be added to the list of available passives at the PAL surgery table. Alternatively, you could go for less specific passives that boost overall attack and defense, like Hooligan, Musclehead, Ferocious, Burly Body, Demon God, Diamond Body, Brave and others. But trust me, Ice Specialist is the Foxparks Cryst build I would focus on. It does sound like a pain in the backside, but imagine having an overpowered Dragon Slayer Foxparks Cryst with Ice Emperor, Cold-Blooded, Siren of the Void and Lunker passive skills, all increasing ice damage by a total of 80%. No dragon would ever mess with our Foxparks Cryst, that's for sure. And that's everything you need to know about Foxparks Cryst, alongside a healthy introduction to chain breeding for inherited passives. I love how Pocket Pair have given PAL subtypes alphanumeric identifications, like Foxparks is Palpedia number 5 and Foxparks Cryst is 5B. This leaves the door open for them to introduce even more subtypes if they wanted to, like 5C, Foxparks Noct, 5D, Foxparks Lux, oh my god that would be epic, or 5E, Foxparks Terror, Foxparks Botan, Foxparks Aqua, Foxparks Guild, Foxparks Ignis. Wait, hang on, that's just a normal Foxparks, isn't it? Silly me. But you get where I'm going with this. Here's hoping for more Evolution style variants for all pals in the future. I hope you've enjoyed this video and be sure to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on future Palpedia deep dives. I've been Heather at Paltopia and thank you very much for watching.